purpose of this today's gathering?
Well, today's purpose is to voice our opinion about this new law that is hopefully not going to pass through in Sweden, and how we are opposed to the changes of it. And we want to make sure that everyone understands the implications that it will actually bring to Sweden, and not only to immigrants but also to Swedish people and companies and so on.
Do you think how many people will be affected after a new law come into the force?
Yes, by government they're saying that just 40,000 people will be affected, but they never count this amount of people. They're not sure if it's that, but we need to say that behind of these people are families, children, mothers, fathers. So it will be hundreds of thousands of people. We don't know this correctly. No one said so. It will be a lot of children's rights also touched by this law, because they got education. They in Sweden, they was born here. They've been raised like Swedish citizens, and now for them it's really hard. This law will kick them out from country, and I don't know. It's really hard.
According to the report that the government took forward before this decision, in this report they are stating that it's affecting around 40,000 people. But this is just assuming from the numbers from 2021. We are not talking then about people before 2021, which is then actually a much larger number. Most likely we are talking about hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be affected by this law. And like Victoria said, it's not only those people, it's also their families, their children, grandmothers and so on that will also be affected by this.
So after establishing the new law, do you think if all the 40,000 people will be deported, then Sweden also will be affected?
100%, of course. I can tell you a story. We were in a party yesterday and I spoke to one of my old colleagues from my old company where I work. I don't want to name that name here, but they're employing around 3,000 cleaners. If this law goes through, they will have to fire almost 700 people. That's a lot of people. That's almost a third of their company. Today, they have to say no to clients because they don't have enough people to work in their company. On top of this, they will then need to fire people. You can understand the implications of and this is a large company, so for them, of course, it's going to eventually be fine anyway. But then think about all the small business, restaurants, hotels, cleaning companies, elderly care, and so on. They will go under.
Do you want to add something?
Yes, I want to add one thing. When government is saying that we're taking Swedish people's jobs, and it's a lot of people who cannot get jobs, that's really big lie. Because if you will check, so many companies, restaurants is trying to find people and employ them, but they cannot find, because Swedish people, they don't want to work in this type of jobs. They don't want to work in restaurants. They don't want to work in housekeeping companies. They don't want. If they will work a couple of months, and it's not safety for company. So yeah, this is no sense what's happening now.
Thank you.